After a successful 1999 season with 2 wins and Heinz Harald Frentzen mounting a title fight against the likes of Ferrari and McLaren, the Jordan team was expected to build up from that and keep it at the sharp end of the grid. But it was not to be. With 19 retirements amongst Frentzen and Trulli's cars, the team would slip down to 6th in the standings with a mere 17 points, a big drop from the 61 scored in 1999. The first race of the 2000 season started as an omen, with both cars retiring 4 laps from each other. Trulli was the first on lap 35 with a blown engine, retiring from 4th position, and then Frentzen lost his 2nd place with hydraulics issues, problems that costed the team 9 valuable points and recorded Jordan's first double DNF of the championship. The Brazilian Grand Prix would be the highlight of the year for Jordan, with a 3rd and a 4th place finish being responsible for 7 points out of the 17 that the team scored in 2000. But that high would turn into a low at the San Marino Grand Prix. There, both cars retired from gearbox-related problems. Frentzen did so in lap 4, but more agonizingly, Trulli retired with 4 laps to go and while he was set to finish in the points. At Silverstone, Frentzen lost pole position by a mere 0.003 of a second from Rubens Barrichello. He started the race strongly and found himself at the lead before falling in 6th after making his 2nd pit stop. But once again, the Jordan's gearbox failed for the 3rd time in 4 races, and Frentzen was classified 17th, while Trulli inherited his 6th place and his single point that went with it. After another point in Catalonia, for Frentzen this time, Jordan faced a difficult weekend at the Nürburgring, with both cars failing to finish the race as early as lap 2. Trulli collided with Fisichella at the start, and Frentzen had to retire with engine-related problems. Monaco came up next, and a rather good qualifying for both cars, with Trulli in 2nd and Frentzen in 4th, seemed like a good chance for valuable points. Their launch of the grid was good, both at the start and the restart, keeping their positions and forming the now famous Trulli Train. But again, both cars wouldn't see the checkered flag. 2nd place Trulli at the halfway distance with gearbox problems, and then Frentzen from the same position with a rare mistake at Saint-Devoux. For Jordan, this would be the 2nd double DNF in a row. At the Canadian Grand Prix, one Jordan managed to see the checkered flag, that of Jarno Trulli, while Frentzen retired with brake problems on lap 32. Then, both cars finished in France but in 6th and 7th position, while last year Frentzen had won the Grand Prix. It was clear that Jordan had made backward steps both in pace and reliability, falling behind from the Williams team. Up next, it was time for the Austrian Grand Prix. Trulli qualified well in 5th place, but was unlucky and got caught at the first turn melee, retiring on the spot. Frentzen started the race down in 15th, but climbed back up to 8th, only to spin on his own oil leak on lap 4. So, another double DNF for the Jordan team, the 5th in the year. At a crazy German Grand Prix, things looked well for Jordan, with Trulli in 2nd place and Frentzen in 5th, before the skies opened and mayhem unfolded. Trulli pitted for wets and fell to 9th place, while Frentzen stayed out on dries and took 2nd place, but sadly he would retire 6 laps from the end with a broken gearbox, losing another podium for Jordan. Hungaroring was the 12th stop out of 17 for the season, and Jordan managed to grab 1 point with Frentzen, and another one at Belgium, again with the same driver, while Trulli was taken out of the race from Jenson Button on lap 4, throwing away a front row start. The Italian Grand Prix was a tragic one. On the first lap of the race, a multi-car pile-up happened, involving Barrichello and both the Jordans. All 3 cars spun and collected Coulthard with Frentzen's right front wheel striking the unlucky fire marshal Paolo Ghislimberti, who died on the spot. Trulli collided once more with Button at the Indianapolis race, suffering a rear puncture that dropped him down the order and later on forced him to retire his car. Frentzen, on the other hand, had a good race in changing conditions and finished on the podium in 3rd place, equaling his best result of the season. The last 2 rounds of the season, in Japan and Malaysia, saw Trulli way off the point scoring positions, and Frentzen retiring on both occasions. A hydraulics failure took him out at Suzuka, and an electrical issue at the final round in Sepang. With 19 retirements from 34 starts, the Jordan team had no chance of replicating last year's giant killing performances, and sadly for the team, they would never recover to such heights again.